Dear team, this is Navneet Kaur, and I will be presenting launching Collect on the Go, which is our upcoming app, and discuss how we will go about launching the app, the product deliverables, and all the other information related to application development. First of all, we're here as for a project kickoff meeting, and the agenda would include the purpose of why we're here today, introducing our team, what would be the steps we will be taking to launch our application, how we will be monitoring the progress and success of our application, what our product map would look like, and what methodology we would be using to manage our product through the product lifecycle. And at the end, we will talk about any questions or expectations we have from our team. So the purpose of our project kickoff meeting today is to discuss the steps that are involved in launching a mobile application and how we as a team will be playing our roles to achieve those targets. We will recognize that we want to recognize our it is the official starting week of this project. We want to set expectations and ask questions as we go. We will talk about the overview of our project deliverables. We will try and understand the scope of the project. Like I said, also the methodology we will be using to manage our product and how we will be maintaining deadlines, estimated timeline, and manage roadblocks. So first of all, introducing myself, I'm the project manager for this project. I've been with the company for over 5 years, and I've been managing mobile and web application projects, and we've successfully completed 3 mobile applications and 6 web applications over the past 5 years as a team. I will be working closely with our stakeholders and our developers to make sure that the scope and the direction of our project remains on schedule and that we're effectively able to manage any setbacks and also keep our project on schedule. So here's our team. We have Jim Hagerman, who's the Vice President of Operations and Technology and will be overlooking the project with me. We have Javed Habib, who's our graphic designer. He will be helping us design the UI, user interface for our project, our mobile application, and also will help us in creating marketing videos and other materials. We have Rob on our team, who is our mobile application lead developer. He's been with our company for over 6 years. We have Kimberly, who's also assisting Rob in the mobile application team, and she's been with us for 4 years. We have John Snow, who's been with our mobile application developing team for 2 years, and he's done great with the last project we worked on. So really excited to have him in my team again. We have Jesse, who's our database analyst, and he's been with our company for over 12 years. And we have Sarah, who will be managing the testing bit of our project, looking at quality of the project, managing feedback from our customers, and will help me prioritize those feedbacks as we go. So important parts of launching a mobile application, there are many depending on which aspect we're looking at. But today we will be looking at not only the technical, but also the marketing aspect of it, just so we're all as a team aware of how many resources go into it and how we do develop and launch a mobile application. So the first part of launching a mobile application, other than designing it, is also identifying the targeted audience and the value that it holds for them. So our mobile application Collect on the Go is intended for small vendors who do door-to-door service and want to collect payment in a secure method. So we will be using a secure portal to help our vendors collect payments. The benefit for a targeted audience would be that they will be using a secure portal, so they can be connected to any network but be able to collect a payment via a secure portal. Our application, why is it better suited for them than any other application in the market? Because it's a very simple application. We're going to keep the application 3 to 4 step process, so there's not a lot of navigating to do. They will be able to use this application, very easily without having to use, many other tools. So it's a one stop shop with a very few steps to follow. Um, a part of launching a mobile application is also to create a promotional video that captures the essence of the app. And we all know, like, visual feedback is very important, and it helps, um, you know, marketing a product to the targeted audience. And we've seen in a lot of statistical analysis that it could boost the conversion up to 80%. Also, part of launching an application is to define success metrics for your app. So unless you have goals that you want to achieve, it's hard to work towards a target. So defining metrics will help us, define the product roadmap for our application better. So what is it that's going to make our application successful? How many downloads do we want to see in a week? What kind of ratings do we want to see? How much revenue per user are we expecting? And similar, metrics that would help us define the success of our app. Another important step in launching a mobile application is to plan a beta release. So even though we will be testing our application in the house, we will be trying to make sure that we're covering all aspects of our clients, but beta users would help us actually give us real feedback of how this app will be accepted in the real world. So we will pick a group of beta users that we will maybe have to base on incentive, but hopefully we'll be able to get a good group that will give us some real-time feedback and valuable feedback that we can work off of as we go launching our application. In the process, we want to also identify and integrate any necessary softwares. In our case, it will be a third-party payment integration tool. We want to see which payment integration tool would work the best for us with the least cost associated with it. Right now, we're looking at PayPal as an option, but if you guys have any ideas or are aware of any other third-party integration tool, please bring them to the developer's attention. Another important step in launching a mobile application is to be able to monitor the progress and success of the application. We are planning to create another small dashboard sort of mobile application, or maybe a web application that will help us manage or monitor the progress and success of our application. So we want to be able to see how many downloads we've had per week, how many users are actually signing into their application, and how many users are actually collecting payment using application. So it doesn't mean if you have an app on your phone, you're actually using it, right? So we want to know, we want to get real feedback on progress and success. So we will go about, developing that dashboard as well. Also, we want to have an easy way for our users to give us feedback and reviews. So we will put out maybe reminders, or every time a user opens their application, we will give them a quick, star sheet or a scale where they can rate us really quickly without having to, spend too much time giving us their feedback. Maybe once a user does select a low or a high star, we can give them the option to give us a written feedback, but won't be necessary, so they can quickly get into the app without spending too much time and getting frustrated. Another thing we want to monitor in progress is any feedback coming back to us. We want to be able to see how often is a request coming back. So if a user is unhappy with the way app closes, is it just one user? Is it 20 or is it 100? So based on that, we can prioritize that feature, also see how much value it would add to our business, and whether or not we need to integrate it immediately into our upcoming releases. So we will dig deeper into how we will decide that as we, develop the product. But that is something that we will be keeping in mind. Also, we do have a product roadmap that's been put in place. I will be sharing a copy of that with you guys after our meeting. But this is what it would look like somewhat, and it would give us a visual of how we are hoping to reach set goals and targets to get our product out on the road within the next 3 months. So, that's an important part of our project kickoff meeting today. We will be handing those off. Now, to manage our product, we are going to be using the Kanban methodology. It is a subtype of agile methodology, but it's different in a way that it's more visual. So it just helps us see our ideas on a board where we can visually every day see how our team is doing, how we are doing, and what we need to do to reach our goals in a timely manner. And also, it kind of helps the other team members see who's falling behind so they can kind of jump on the tasks and help them complete in a timely manner. Why did we choose Kanban over other methodologies is because Kanban system is as flexible as we need it to be, and it's visual. So I feel like visual feedback is really important. It gives you a good idea of where you stand, and kind of avoids people to get into any kind of panic mode. So when you visually see stuff, you are on a daily basis noticing how much backlog you're in or how much ahead you are, so you can manage your tasks effectively. It's a little more laid back than Scrum is, so there's no set time for sprints, but we can decide those as we go so we don't fall behind or we're not, information is not falling through the cracks. The best part about this is that there are no assigned roles outside of the product owner. So I will have an assigned role, but other than that, everybody gets to focus on only at the task at hand. We could have meetings on the overall project, but it's up to our team's needs. But I think we will have weekly meetings at least, if not more, and we will have quick stand-ups with every team member in the morning. Like I said, there's no set time for sprints, no assigned tasks, and it's a Zen-like focus only at the task at hand. And we'll decide whether we want to have meetings or not. More about the visual process, we will have cards on board. Each task will have a card and the name of the person responsible for the task, and it will follow the process as in this image. So if it's an idea, it would be in the idea queue. If it's partly done, it would be in progress. If it's almost finished, it would be needs tested, so our tester knows where that would be. And then the done would be the new part where we will look at the next idea queue. It helps us, the Kanban methodology helps us maintain a continuous flow, so we move down the list of backlogs in order of importance. So we can actually prioritize our tasks as well, make sure something's always being worked on, and like I said, if one finishes their task sooner than the other, they can jump and help the other person. And efficiently, help us get through our product development process. How are we going to manage roadblocks is we're going to have weekly meetings to avoid any roadblocks, first of all, so we're ahead of ourselves. If we do run into something, we are going to discuss and prioritize that based on our team's input, and as a team we'll come up with possible resolution and prioritize and how we're going to put those in place. If needed, we can always discuss the possibility of creating or recreating our product roadmap depending on what kind of roadblocks we run into. And all team members are responsible for providing or executing our resolution. And if there's only a certain member that can provide the resolution, then we will designate the task accordingly. Our expectations from the team, from myself and the team, would be to jump on a task as discussed during stand-ups in the morning or as assigned during weekly meetings. If you do get done with your task early, you do pick up the next task in queue if the one at hand finished before deadline. Another important part of our team to maintain a quality product would be to check your work and also your peers' work. So you're not only checking your own work, but you're peer reviewing, making sure everything is in line, everything is meeting on schedule, and we will be meeting our deadlines in a timely manner. So we are an A team. I am hoping we will be able to achieve our targets and goals within the next 3 months. We will accommodate any special needs as we go, and if we have any roadblocks, we'll tackle them as we go as well. So that was pretty much everything we needed to know about our project kickoff meeting. We do have another meeting scheduled tomorrow to discuss our product roadmap, and then from there on, how we will go about developing the product. If you do have any questions that come to your mind later on, feel free to send me an email. But thank you so much for attending this meeting, and we're looking forward to working as a team over the next 3 months. Thank you, everybody, and I appreciate your time today.